It connected me to a legacy of trans people who've had to fight to have basic human rights, access to housing, healthcare, and employment, and let alone to change the course of history. Please put me through the depths of hell. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Hi, I'm Nava Mao, and I'm getting up close with Cosmo UK. I think my friends and family would say that I am layered and loving. Yeah, I'm a pretty typical Taurus. Yeah, I am very of the home. I love comfort, and the body is very important, and I'm very connected to the earth and the ground. So I'm very Taurus. I feel most me when I'm dancing in my room. It's better to lose yourself. It's better to not see yourself so you can just feel yourself. Yeah, I used to go out a lot more. I think I'm a little bit of a retiree, but I would like to again. Well, sleep is very important. Water is important, and take your makeup off at night. When it comes to auditions, it's hard to top the experience I had auditioning for Baby Reindeer. I did several auditions, and the last one was me coming here to London, and I had never been to London before, and it was so magical to get to be a part of that project, and I felt that way from the very beginning. Well, it started, I did a tape in my room in the corner of my bedroom, and then I did a follow-up. I had a Zoom with Richard and Veronica, our director. And then I flew here to London to do a chemistry read with Richard and a lot of people. It was a handheld camera, and we kind of just got to use the space. And I think it felt real in that moment. So it was, I think, well, we all knew that it was meant to be. I think that anytime I get to connect with somebody and hear their story, and it feels like it resonates with my story, and then my story can resonate with them, there's sort of an exchange, and that's when I feel most human. And that's, I think, what life is all about. Let me think. There's so many people that have inspired me. Right now, I'm thinking of Eva Longoria. You know, I was a child in San Antonio, Texas, and to see someone from San Antonio to be on screen and be fierce and fabulous and smart, and to hold her own as a Latina woman, it really showed me that I could be that too. I mean, I grew up watching Grey's Anatomy. There's so many characters on that show that are so fully fleshed out, and you know, there's Callie Torres, there's Addison Forbes Montgomery Shepherd, my favorite character. I think what's beautiful about that show is that everyone is complicated, and everyone gets to make mistakes and still be loved and still be understood. So I think it helps you feel that way when you watch that show. Yeah, it's been well, you know, I think filming actually was quiet. It was personal. It was private. And I think now that the show has come out, it has been a whirlwind and something that we've gotten to share with like so many millions of people around the world. It's been really special to get to travel to so many places, and I've met thousands of people at this point, and I just never would have expected something like this could happen, and I think it just means that it's only the beginning. So I'm very optimistic about whatever the road ahead is. I mean, I think it might have been, I went to my college reunion 2 weeks after the show came out, and I hadn't left the house since the show came out. So I was so surprised to find out that, I mean, it was surreal. Like, I was expecting to see my friends and people that I knew, but then I went to the reunion and it was just all different types of people had seen the show and wanted to talk to me about it. It was housekeeping staff, it was faculty, it was people from older classes, it was people's husbands, and that, I think, was when it dawned on me that the show had turned into a conversation that so many people were involved in. We were not prepared for the show to reach as far as it did, and so there was a lot of catching up that needed to happen, and I'm just lucky that I had the right team, and we figured it out, and we were able to leap into the sky and let it take us wherever we needed to go. Oh my goodness. I'm always still kind of surprised when somebody who I've looked up to and admire says that they have seen the show and that they loved it, or whatever their reflection is on it. It just still feels so new to me, and like I can't believe it. There was a moment, I think Mabel Cadena, she's an actress from Mexico, and she's in Black Panther, and she's such an inspiration to me, and I always had this dream of maybe working with her one day. And so one day she followed me on Instagram, and then we messaged, and then I got to meet her recently. A few weeks ago I went to Mexico City, and it just feels like I get to be a part of a community of actors and filmmakers who I've respected for so long. I hadn't been back to Mexico since the show came out, and I actually hadn't been back in 2 years. So it was very, very special to see my family and to see the Carolina Herrera show, the way that it incorporated elements of Mexican heritage, and I felt so connected to it. So it was really beautiful. I like to feel sexy. So that is a form of empowerment. I like Tyla's new record. Amber Mark, also, she writes songs that I think reflect the reality of how hard it can be to love yourself, and how hard it can be to feel empowered, and so how rewarding it is when you finally get there. And she has a new EP out that I've been really enjoying. So I made a Terry playlist. I like to create a separation between me and my characters. So music is one of the ways that I do that. And it was like early on, I don't know, I had this feeling. I was like, I think she listens to hyperpop. And this is Charlie XCX before Brat. And so I remember I emailed Richard, and I was like, I sent him a link to this YouTube of a song, and I was like, do you think Terry would listen to this? And he said yes. So then I went forth, and there was like the hype music, and then there was the like really kind of difficult moments that needed some sad music. So there was also Sheryl Crow and Celine Dion. I made sure that there was British songs on there too. So there was like Ellie Goulding and oh my god, I can't remember, but it was a long playlist. I did make the mistake one time when we were doing oh my god, I can't believe okay, but one time when we were doing our photo shoot for like the promo images, they were like, do you want to put music on it? And I was like, yeah, I'll play my Terry playlist. And I warned them, but for some reason they put it on the wrong part of the playlist, and so it was all the sad music. It was like Leon La Havas, like you made me hate myself. Like it was so intense. But you know what? We got the shot. Terry came to life. We text. I mean, honestly, we have seen each other quite often. We've been on this whirlwind, sort of together, even though we don't live in the same country even. But I saw Richard last night. It was so special to be here back in London and catch up and see how we're all doing with everything that's changed. And it just feels so special to get to share that with them. I did watch Gossip Girl, yes. Yeah. I was a fan. I was a fan of Gossip Girl. I think I was just the right age, and I love me some camp. I love me some salacious drama. So yeah, I'm a fan of Gossip Girl. I mean, I cannot say much. I feel like so, scared that my life will be threatened if I say anything too revealing about the plot. But I know that I can say that my character did not come to play. She is a boss, and she's gonna get to the bottom of it. Okay. You know, it was funny. When I went to go film, it was a familiar feeling. It's just another story, another character, another set, and the director was a British director, so that felt very familiar to me. I think what was so special is I got to work with somebody who I've admired for a very long time, Madeline Brewer. I just couldn't have ever thought that I would be sharing a scene with her, and yeah, it was a transcendent experience to do that. Black Mirror. I love Black Mirror. Please put me through the depths of hell. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Actually, Black Mirror does do some lighthearted episodes. I would be happy to do that too. Anything Charlie Brooker wants me to do, sign me up. Yeah, I would love that. This has happened often. I will often wake up and be shocked to find a new follower. It was really special for me when I saw that Ariana Grande was following me, and I heard that she's a huge fan of the show, and it meant something to her. And her music has been such a part of my life, and been with me through so many highs and lows, and I deeply admire her as an artist, and the way that she shares space with people, and the way she's been an ally. So it just felt surreal to have that moment. I've seen Laverne a couple times now in this past year, and every time it's so special. But I think the moment that I saw her at the Emmys was such a grounding moment, and I think it really created an opening for genuine connection, and it was really what I needed. And it was a very overwhelming day, but to see her and reflect on her legacy and the way that we're connected was really beautiful. I mean, it makes me emotional even now to think about it. Before I even moved to LA, I went to be on the set of the documentary Disclosure. I was a production fellow, and I had never been on a set of that magnitude. I worked in the lighting department. I was building C-stands and learning how to tie knots, and it was the very beginning of me even imagining that I could take one step onto this path that I'm on. And being a part of that production is what allowed me to dream bigger than what I dreamt for myself before. It changed me. It connected me to a legacy of trans people who've had to fight and had to sacrifice to have basic human rights, to have access to housing, healthcare, and employment, and let alone to change the course of history. So to now continue that legacy, it feels like an honor and a responsibility, and we're in it together. It's hard to pick favorites, but I really liked what I wore to the fashion awards. It was this incredible dress, a custom Temperley dress, and it was inspired by her Metamorphosis collection, and the way that it came together was so much alchemy, and I got to meet her while I was wearing the dress, and I felt powerful, and I felt free. I'm excited for all of the opportunities that I am calling in, and that I hope to share with as many people as possible. Yeah, I would love to do a rom-com. I would love to do sci-fi, and a horror movie would be fun. I might need to work on my scream, but maybe I can play the villain. Thanks for watching. Bye.